My name's Christina and I've been attending Harvester in person since 2023. I'd been kind of online church shopping for a while, and so I came across Harvester Christian Church. It's in my neighborhood, and started watching online and really enjoyed the services. I love the worship, I love the messages, so while I would go back and check out other churches, I would find myself returning to Harvester over and over again. So I had been watching online services and thinking a lot about baptism. I feel like the Lord put it on my heart, but I was wavering because I'd been baptized in the Lutheran Church as an infant. I didn't want to be irreverent to that experience or to that church or to my parents. And so I was really struggling with that decision, feeling this desire, but also wondering, was this necessary? Was it the right thing to do? And as I started reading the Word more, especially obviously the New Testament, and seeing the biblical model for baptism, and when people were being baptized, that started to help me realize that, okay, this is okay for me to do this. But still, there was the logistical part of, I haven't attended this church in person. I don't know who to talk to. And one day I was driving home with my kids from the library, and I very clearly and distinctly heard the voice of the Lord say, "Go there." And I knew exactly what he meant. And any sort of hesitations, insecurities, misgivings I had about it were completely gone, and I just stepped out in obedience and sent an email to the church. So the morning of the baptism, I was really nervous and really excited. I hadn't told anybody that I was going to be baptized that day except for my mom, who was babysitting. And so I got ready and I came to the church, and I was greeted at the south entrance by Shar and Jenny Voss and Carissa Figgins and some other staff members who were so warm and welcoming and just made me feel really, really comfortable. Before the baptism, all of the women and I prayed together. And this was a really significant moment for me because I had never prayed with a group of women before in my adult life. And I had kind of convinced myself up until this point that we had our little church at home, that I didn't necessarily need this. But as these women prayed over me and for me and thanked God for me in this decision, I was deeply moved. And I was so thankful already that God had brought me to this place with these people. I just overwhelming gratitude, and I was already emotional and excited, even more excited. We hadn't even gotten to the best part yet. So then we walked into the baptistry, and Shar beautifully, as if she'd done it many times over, helped me through, assisted me through my profession of faith, and I was baptized. And it was a wonderful experience. I felt so much joy and gratitude and was very emotional. And it was wonderful. And I knew in that moment that this faith that I'd been kind of living out privately, that was going to be different now. There was no way that I could continue my life not sharing what God had done for me and what he could do for other people. I would encourage anyone who is interested in baptism to absolutely reach out. Everybody that I've interacted with has been so warm, so welcoming, so encouraging, so wonderful. And so I would just encourage anybody to just listen for their shepherd's call, make that first step in obedience, and let him lead you back home, truly.